So we're here at the Jersey Shore, Dana, and we spend our summers here. My husband grew up going here as a kid because he grew up in Philly, and this is nearby. And our kids are involved in this, like they take sailing lessons and tennis lessons at this camp they go to. And none of the kids likes the sailing lessons because sailing is scary when you're learning. You know, you can get hit in the head with a boom, you can capsize, you know, all sorts of things can go wrong. The waves are scary. And our little guy, Thatcher, who just turned 10, doesn't enjoy it. But we're making him do it. You know, he has to do it. They're little boats. They're little opti boats, which are, you know, relatively easy to sail. Easy for me to say. I don't know how to sail anything. But in any event, so he's got to do these, they're called interclubs, where like our club competes against other clubs. And when you go to those, there's tons of boats, tons. So the stress level goes up even more. You could easily get hit. Anything could happen. And the day before he was supposed to go to one of these interclubs, there was an incident at our club, a smaller club, where his boat got hit by a bigger boat, older kids who are not where they were supposed to be, and inadvertently rammed into his boat. He was hit in the head with their boom and ejected into the water. He was fine, thank God. He had a little knot on his head. He got back into he didn't get back in the boat. They took him in. But so the night before the big interclub, Dana, he's saying to me, I don't want to do it. I don't want to go to the interclub tomorrow. And I said to him, is this because of what happened today? And he said, no, I just hate the interclubs. I hate them. They're big and they're stressful and I don't want to go. And normally I'd be like, oh, don't go. I mean, we're not preparing you to be a professional sailor. But earlier that day, the coaches had come to him and said, Thatcher, are you going to go to the interclub? And he said, yes, I'll do it. So the instructors packed up his boat, which is a hassle, and his sail, and they drove along with the other little opties. They got the boat there and they were counting on him to represent. And so that changed it. He said he would be there. He told the coaches that they worked on his behalf. The team was counting on him showing up to represent. And he had been given the chance to bow out and he passed on it. So now I'm in a situation where he's begging me not to make him go. But I really want him to understand that doing what you said you are going to do is important in life. And he's fine. He didn't get a concussion. It's not like it's not safe for him to be out there. But he's crying, Dana. He's my sweet babe. He doesn't want to go. He's like, Mom, don't make me go. So I landed with, you don't have to, I'm not going to make you. But you told everyone you were going to be there. You need to understand you're letting down your team, you're letting down your coaches, and you're not living up to your word. So I'm not going to make you feel bad. I'm not going to say a word about it if you bail. But you need to understand in making this decision what the stakes are. And then I went down to my bedroom and I prayed. I prayed that he would make the right decision, right? Because it's like, what if he says I'm not going? What if he spends the day sitting at home watching TV, letting the people down and failing to overcome his fear, right? Like those are the stakes. It's like, these are the moments in which you make a man, right? Like you make a good person. Anyway, he said he would do it. Thank God. My prayers were answered. And the story does not end with him going and winning the interclub. He was basically at the middling mark. He was halfway in the pack. Fine. He did it. And truly, it was just one of those moments where you're like, it could have gone either way. In the moment, I didn't know if we were handling it right as parents. But now with retrospect, it feels like it landed where it should. But do you have those moments where like, it's not existential, but you realize there's more riding on it than a stupid game or sporting event or what have you, right? Like the stakes go up for you as a parent and your kid as a developing adult.
Yeah, it's a character building exercise because it might seem inconsequential at the time, but it actually goes into making the fiber of the future man. And I mean, we don't have, in Texas, we're here in Dallas, so we don't really have any sailing. We have Lake Grapevine, but I think there's gators maybe in it. I don't know. That's the rumor. But no, we have football. So football is the big thing here. And my husband was a jock all throughout school. I was a jock all throughout school. Our youngest is who's going to be a mad scientist. I mean, he's the guy who's, he got scholarships to college for coding and tech and STEM and all this other stuff.
Wow.
But he played sports up until, he was in high school. and he did football. He committed to football. All his friends were playing football. He played football for 2 seasons. All his friends were in football. The second season, he wasn't feeling it. He didn't want to do it. He had a growth spurt. And when boys, go through growth spurts, it's awkward because especially if they're tall and they're lanky and they're trying to, motor skills, they're trying to control their arms and legs. And so he was having a little bit of a tough time and he did not want to do it. He did not want to go. He did not want to show for football. And they take very, great care with how they play, in school, football in school in Texas. And, he didn't want to do it, but he had promised, he told the team and we told him, if you commit to this, you're going to show up for every practice in the morning because they practice morning and afternoon. You're going to show up for every practice in the afternoon. You're going to be at every game. There's not going to be an excuse unless you're vomiting, you got broken bones, or you got a fever because there's a difference between hurt and injured. So you got to show up. You commit and you show up. And he did not want to fulfill his end of the promise. And we told him, we're like, you made this commitment. Feel free, if this is what you want to do, you can go in front of your whole team and your coaches and you can tell them why you're going to be the one kid that lets everybody down, because that's what it is in truth. So you can go in front of all of them and you can tell all of them yourself, because mom and dad aren't doing it for you. You can tell them why you're going to let them down and why you're not going to uphold your end of the bargain. And he thought about it and he stayed with it. And he wasn't, he's not a great football player. We were operating under no illusion that he was going to be some great football player. But it was about more than just being a good athlete. It was, and that's one of the things that I hope people realize about sports and, things that you're talking about that you're doing is because it's about more than just the athletic skill or the prowess or the brawn or the stature. It is about building that character. You committed to something. And even if it's uncomfortable, even if you don't want to do it, even if it's hard, even if it seems like everything is against you, you made a commitment and you're going to see it through. And that is one of the characteristics of a great adult. And so kids having gone through that, I think they have their mettle tested and they come out stronger on the other end. And it is so hard to watch as parents. It's
terrible.
Hard, and you constantly second guess yourself because, it doesn't help when you got grandmas in your ear going, well, it might seem a little harsh. Maybe let them. Nope. They got to do it. They got to do it. They got to see it through. And they come out all the better for it. And then when they tackle like seriously big things in their lives, they can rely on that past experience to guide them through the next challenge. And that's what they have to fall back on. So I've been in that same position and it's hard to watch, but thankfully they make the right ones.
If you are a business of one, you're probably killing yourself for everything you can earn. So when you're paying a CPA, a bookkeeper, payroll, and other admin services, every dollar out is so painful. Not only does your admin work cost an arm and a leg, it also takes you away from your own billable hours. There's got to be a better way. And guess what? There is. It's called collective.com. Collective was built specifically for businesses of one that are making over $60,000 in profit each year. Collective handles all of the stuff that used to cost a pile of money for just a fraction of the cost. Plus, if you are set up as an LLC or just a sole proprietorship, Collective can elect your S-Corp status. Collective members save an average of $10,000 per year on taxes, and a Collective membership pays for itself within just a few months, not to mention it's 100% tax deductible. The price goes up on September 1st, so lock in your lower rate for a full year today and get an extra $100 off when you go to collective.com/Megyn right now. A team of experts to handle your business formation, accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and business taxes at a small fraction of the cost. Plus, save potentially thousands of dollars each year on taxes. That's collective.com/MEGYN. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.